Yummy Yucatan flavors raise the bar in New Orleans.
Mexico, New Orleans, Mexico, where are you? You don't even know.
Excelente.
Woo!
And nothing goes better with beer than burgers.
There's a lot of meat on this burger.
It's smoky, it's spicy. Every bite is so good.
Pub grub has come a long way since the days of peanuts and pickled eggs.
Dreamy and creamy, tasty tavern food.
Oh my God. Look at that waterfall.
Pizza happy, beer happy, me happy.
Meat on meat with cheese and fried potatoes. Like, are you kidding me?
It makes my tummy smile.
Sit down and pull up a pint for Food Paradise's Tasty Taverns. With all the French-influenced flavors and Cajun creations, the Bar Food Bar is set pretty high in New Orleans. But when it comes to Mexican food in the Crescent City,
we don't have it. We needed it. That's why I decided to do it.
Mexico, New Orleans, Mexico, where are you? You don't even know.
NOLA native Richard Papier learned from top chefs of the French Quarter, but then a mentor turned him on to Mexican cuisine.
He kind of untaught me French cooking and taught me how to cook like a Mexican. Passion, love, cook with your heart, then with your mouth, and then your eyes.
Richard took his passion and poured it into Araña Taqueria y Cantina, a tavern with Mexican flair.
I think Cantina's a little more brighter, where a tavern generally tends to be darker. Cantina just always says fiesta, party all the time.
The Big Easy meets the Big Meaty in a sauce-smothered Mexican po' boy called the Torta Ahogada.
Ahogado means drown. We take the sauce, we drown the sandwich in it.
Into hot chicken stock go his hella spicy chilies, but not too many.
Here in New Orleans, we say we can take our spices. That's pretty much true. But with this sauce, when I made it the traditional way, I thought I was gonna kill some of my customers, so we had to bring it down a couple notches.
He adds onion chunks, smushed garlic, and aromatics like Mexican cinnamon, cumin, and oregano.
Followed by tomato sauce. It's not tomato, it's not gonna be Mexican.
To make the meat, Richard begins with cubed pork butt in a special seasoning.
Abuela's secret, which is grandma's secret, chicken powder. Add some flavor to it, but it'll also bring out the butteriness in the pork fat as it melts.
Then red onions, green cilantro, and a saucy marinade.
It's all about the sauce. Achiote paste, spice, a little sour, mojo, and sour orange. Make it nice and buttery while it cooks. Habanero just to kick it up, put a little fire in your pants.
Then garlic and cinnamon.
We use this instead of pepper in most Mexican cooking. You've already got chilies, so you don't need any more pepper.
Tomato makes it sweet, then blend to complete.
This helps break it down as well. It takes all that nice fat and makes it into juice, makes for a heartier piece of pork.
Now tuck it in for a good nap, Mesoamerican style.
Before we throw it in the oven, we take a little Aztec Mayan secret, which is banana leaf. Imparts a little bit of sweetness and a little earthiness to it.
That pork slowly goes bananas.
Look at that. Look at the beautiful pink on the inside. Look at the fat. Oh, I gotta have some right now. Delicious.
Pan cooking in the marinade adds yet another layer of lusciousness.
Always a secret Mexican cooking, building on flavors. A little fiesta in a pan.
To take that fiesta to the plate, Richard gets the torta bread toasted, loads it with cool and creamy avocado, and piles on the pork.
And now the ahogado sauce. Drowned it.
He zips it up with Mexican crema, cotija cheese, and fresh cilantro.
Like a wet burrito, but better.
Torta ahogada.
The Mexican po' boy.
Excelente.
Woo!
Delicious. The flavors of it are very Mexican, but the base of it is super New Orleans, super po' boy. The sauce is amazing. Gives it like that kick of a spice.
It's almost like this bread on here acts like a sponge for all the flavor. Because you got so many flavors going on and they all get soaked up in here. It's just so good.
Definitely what I want to eat before I have some drinks. I think I could take this whole thing down in one sitting.
Araña's signature dish takes a Mexican favorite and makes it made to order. The open-faced tamale.
Almost like polenta. Nice, fresh, and moist, like a fresh tamale every single time.
Instead of being all wrapped up, everything is layered onto a base of masa.
Masa is corn flour in its purest form, fresh onions and our own taco seasoning, so it's more of a seasoned masa.
A vigorous whisk with Chihuahua cheese.
Gives it that nice buttery, the richness, and it also acts as a binder and thickens it up a little bit. It's gonna be like nice creamy grits.
While the tamale base cools, Richard turns up the heat on onions and tomatillos.
Mexican food, char is always the most important thing. It adds to the flavor.
He blends those in chicken stock with garlic, chipotles, and house-made taco seasoning.
Gonna give my chicken some kicking.
Spiced chicken thighs rubbed with more chipotles.
It's love in a pan. It's gonna break down and make your mouth go, mmm.
He sauces it up and roasts till chicken tinga tender. A jumbo tamale cake gets a light fry and lands on their top secret chili and corn cream sauce.
Then we're gonna take the beautiful chicken tinga, pile it on top, open face style.
With added corn, cheese, and cilantro on top, and a pop of pickled red onion.
Open your face for this tamale. You'll love every tinga about it.
This is a work of art. I'm gonna eat the whole friggin' thing.
It's like a sweet heat, a sweet smoky heat. I love it. It's good.
This chicken is juicy, it's tender, packed with flavor.
The sauce all around the tamale is so good. It's tangy, it's rich and creamy. It complements the corn really well. It's absolutely fantastic.
It makes my tummy smile.
New Orleans is given a Mardi Gras gracias to Araña Taqueria y Cantina.
It makes me feel so happy.
Big beers and bold burgers. Together, they're the perfect mix of Chicago's greatest hits, playing it loud and proud in Lincoln Park. Burger Bar Chicago is the toast of the town.
To Chi-Town, the tavern town.
With big booze-infused shakes, their own house-brewed red ale, and over 100 other craft beers, this is one turned-up tavern.
Burger Bar is hip, cool, funky, all Americana. Burgers and beers.
Nothing but the greatest ingredients.
Martin and Mac wanted Burger Bar burgers to be elevated, so they went for top quality and stacked it up.
You got your delicious toppings that are far from basic.
Like on this tavern's tricked-out triple meat stack called the Hot and Smoky.
The inspiration of this is New Orleans.
Martin rubs a Midwestern pork butt in the classic Cajun flavors of a Southern barbecue spice mix.
And we start with a classic half pound. I mean, we're talking meat here. Don't be shy here. Make sure you get in all the crevice. This is the absolute decadence of slow roasted, bringing out all the natural flavors of the meats. She's coated, she's loaded, and she's ready to smoke.
After 12 hours, it's fall apart tender with a bark as good as its bite.
We're gonna start pulling this and breaking this down. Actually, don't tell anybody.
His beef starts with the same simple seasoning.
And then we're gonna kick it up. We get the Enfuego on there. A little bit of heat, don't forget.
He grills that patty up alongside some locally sourced andouille.
Andouille is a spicy Italian. It's got that Creole style. This one, Chicago local, nice snap to that, so when you're biting through it, get a beautiful crunch.
Buttered brioche buns get toasty and...
Now that our buns are ready, we're gonna start building this. We're gonna take that beautiful seasoned prime patty and build our foundation right there on the bun.
Topped with habanero barbecue sauce, smoky aged cheddar, and the spicy Cajun sausage.
But at Burger Bar Chicago, not quite enough. We're gonna elevate that. Remember that decadent pulled pork we had?
How could I forget?
Now we gotta make Mom happy. We gotta get some greens in there.
Pickled cucumber onion slaw tops off the Southern crossover, along with
crispy, fluffy, fresh, sweet potato fries, just like that Southern sweet potato pie. It's hot, it's smoky, it's everything just right.
Look at that. Really good. Everything kind of melts together in your mouth.
Yeah, it's buttery goodness. You can see it. It's glistening. Yes, it's glistening in the light.
The snap from the sausage is so good. It's smoky, it's spicy, it's got this wonderful cheese. Wow, every bite is so good.
for another picture-perfect pub fave,
Burger selfies.
Try Burger Bar's towering tribute to the steaks of Chicago, the Steakhouse Stacker. First, we got a big juicy ribeye, and its sidekick, a jumbo USDA prime patty with just the simplest of seasonings. They partner up for a thrill on the grill.
I just love the smell of the meat cooking with the fat that's caramelizing. Just a fantastic smell. A lot of childhood memories here. Look at that, nice char marks out of it. It's fantastic.
A pretzel bun makes the perfect tavern-style burger platform.
It's got a beautiful crust on the outside, beautiful crust on the bottom. You need a very substantial bun to hold up this amazing stacker.
Because even the side dishes are getting stacked onto this burger, like fresh spinach grilled with lots of garlic and butter.
But you go to any great steakhouse here in Chicago, you're gonna find garlic spinach as a side dish. So why not put this garlic spinach on top of the steak, on top of the burger? It's delicious.
Max stacks a pile of crispy fried onions right on top.
Now that is a stacker. But wait, there's more. Horseradish cream.
A steak knife stab keeps things stacked straight, and Parmesan truffle fries make it fancy.
Now this is a steakhouse stacker.
A lot of people cut their burgers in half, but you don't have to do that in Chicago. You can just go for it.
There's a lot of meat on this burger.
And the meat's fantastic, perfectly seasoned. It's juicy.
I think the pretzel bun's a great addition. It just gives the perfect amount of like softness for such a hearty burger.
The spinach takes it to a whole nother level, makes it definitely not your backyard burger.
Yep.
It is all American on a plate.
For big burgers that stack up to awesome drinks, it's Burger Bar, bar none. Chicago, get you some. The Pacific Northwest is definitely tavern country, and in Tacoma, the beer flows freely from the city's oldest microbrewery into Engine House number 9.
You walk in here, everybody's having a good time, people are at the bar drinking. It's just a great place to hang out on an evening for great food and good beer.
But back in 1907, the place had more firefighters than frolickers.
It was actually the last horse-drawn firehouse in the city of Tacoma. In the area that we're sitting right now, we're actually the horse stables.
By the 70s, the stables were replaced by beer taps and comforting cuisine.
We bought the bar about 7 years ago. We had all grown up going to this restaurant.
By then, there was also a brewery attached, pumping out a rotating batch of quality beers.
Typically, we'll have beers of our own that we brew, and then what we like to do is we like to showcase other breweries here in the state and across the nation.
All those refreshing suds pair perfectly with classic tavern fare, like Engine House's chili and cheese soaked brick house fries.
This inspiration actually comes from the Washington State Fair, and I wanted to do my version of that using our chili and our beer cheese sauce.
The chili recipe is a hat-tipped tradition.
When we bought the restaurant, there were a lot of boxes of things that were stored up in the attic. This is one of the items that we found, and we saw that they had the fireman's chili recipe right here, so we made sure that our chili was this recipe.
Step 1, fire up some beef and chorizo.
Next, we're gonna add the Holy Trinity, which is gonna be some diced up onions, peppers, and celery.
Chef Wiley follows that with red kidney beans and diced tomatoes.
Their acid will help balance out the spice from the chorizo.
Then more key flavors from the chili spectrum.
Some red chili flake, some oregano, some cumin, and some chili powder. Starting to smell like chili now with those spices coming in there. You can see it's starting to thicken up a little bit from the beans.
Next comes bay leaf, tomato paste, and beef soup base before the secret ingredient clumps in.
This beer is our house-made Rowdy and Dick Amber. It's named after the last 2 fire horses that pulled a carriage here at Engine House number 9. Cheers.
That simmers as Wiley summons a rich beer cheese sauce out of cream cheese, more beer, and cheddar.
The chili is gonna be a little spicy, quite meaty, and so we wanna make something that balances those flavors out.
All this hearty yum-yum will land atop a mass of curly fries.
Take some hard-cooked curly fries, and I'm gonna pack them into the fire basket. Nice and tight in here to make a brick.
Done up extra crispy.
And this is a brick of chili fries.
Wiley drizzles the chili over the 4-pound brick of fries, then follows with the cheese.
We don't skimp on the cheese sauce.
Finally, diced green onions.
Engine house number 9, brick house fries. A fire you don't want to put out.
Wow, that is a brick.
It's like 11 inches by like 5 inches. Where did you get a tape measure?
It's tough for a bearded man, but it's definitely worth it. Chili's awesome. It's got a hint of chorizo in it, got a good spice level with the cheese and everything. It's ridiculous.
The fries are crispy, almost kind of like double fried. They're so good.
I love the cheese sauce. Personally, it's my favorite part. And just the crunch of the fries with the beans is like the nice texture mix.
Another dish that will fan the flames of your hunger is Not Your Mama's meatloaf.
People really enjoy our meatloaf because of the bacon. It just adds a flavor to it like no other meatloaf.
Pre-rendered bacon mixed with veggies gets combined with Wiley's tomato-based Napolitana sauce.
With all the bacon fat in there, we're gonna need to balance it out with some vegetables and some acid.
He lets it cool, then introduces breadcrumbs, beef, and eggs.
I like to pack it nice and tight so that it stays together when it's cooked.
The loaf is baked, then sliced and seared off in a pan.
I like to sear the meatloaf off in butter, gives it a nice caramelization, crispy outside.
Fluffy garlic mashed potatoes are the ideal support system.
Then I'm gonna put a little bit of sauteed onions on there, a little bit of roasted red pepper. Then I'm gonna take my local white cheddar gravy, go right over the top.
A crown of crispy onion rings, and sound the alarm.
This is not your mama's meatloaf, it's Engine House number 9.
It's the bacon first, the meatloaf, and then the garlic comes out and mashed potatoes. It's amazing.
The mashed potatoes are just right. Extra creamy, no chunks, lots of meat and bacon in the meatloaf. I love the cheese sauce.
It is liquid gold cheese.
That meatloaf, the spice is good. Mixed with the mashed potatoes, it's a great combo. That feels like Sunday dinner right there.
This is everything I wish my mom's meatloaf tasted like growing up.
There's plenty of great brews and smoking hot grub at Engine House number 9. So please, order your own.
I'm not sharing.
Just because the sun's up doesn't mean the tavern crawl has to end. In fact, out in the LA suburb of Sherman Oaks, Sunday Fun Day is still in full effect at the Woodman.
Sherman Oaks is known for brunch. It's hipster land. It's brunch everywhere and bars everywhere.
Brunch is a noun, but isn't it becoming more of a verb? People brunch, they don't go to brunch.
But the best reason to brunch at a pub like the Woodman, survey says,
Brunch allows day drinking. Cheers!
While sipping on one of the Woodman's classic cocktails like a mimosa or their Berry's Bliss, why not indulge a little bit more? That's what brunching is all about. You can't go wrong with a handsome burger.
You put a sunny side up egg on top, it is the best dressed burger in town.
Adding to this burger's allure is everyone's favorite sweet meat savory condiment, tomato jam.
Tomato jam is something I came up with while I was camping. We were making burgers and I was inspired by tomatoes at a market, and it spawned from there.
Travis develops multiple layers of zing by adding lemon juice and ginger to the peeled tomatoes.
Ginger's gonna give you a little spice, but we need that. We need a little bit of bite. This is the morning time. You've been drinking all night, so you need a little something to wake you up. Next ingredient is nutmeg, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove. These are all flavors that remind me of being around a campfire.
All jams need a little sweetness. So Travis adds brown sugar followed up with a little S&P.
This jam is my jam.
The jam simmers while he hand forms the burger patty with a mix of ground chuck, sirloin, and a surprise guest meat.
We're making a breakfast patty, so we are going to introduce a little bit of breakfast sausage into the patty.
That beefy breakfasty burger goes not on the flat top, but on an open flame, capturing even more of those campfire flavors. That tomato jam is all cooked down. Let's build a burger.
We're gonna put one scoop on the bottom, spread it around. You wanna go coast to coast, not one big dollop in the middle, all the way to each side.
That gets topped with crispy hash brown, smoky provolone, smokier bacon, and a little something extra.
Last step, sunny side up egg right on top. Handsome never looked so good. Bang.
Oh my God. Look at that waterfall.
Oh my goodness.
So good. My favorite part of this burger was the jam. I love the sweet hint it has. Everything's perfectly cooked. The egg, the bacon, the meat.
All the ingredients just really satisfies whatever craving you have.
Hash browns are delicious. I love fries, so having them in a burger is my dream.
This is the brunch every other brunch dreams it could be. I mean, he is so handsome, I almost wouldn't hang out with him because he makes me look terrible.
Another dish that doesn't rest on good looks alone, the hangover fries, AKA the handsome fries.
They are called handsome fries notoriously because they do have 2 sunny side eggs on top of them. And as we know, that makes a thing handsome.
The big star here is carne asada, which took an overnight soak in a blend of citrus juices and spices. After getting kissed by the flames, it's ready for chopping.
It looks great. Mid-rare, a little crispy, a little char on the ends. That's exactly what you want.
Crispy fries are the perfect bed for that carne asada.
Spread it all over. A little shredded cheddar and Monterey Jack. Then we want a little black beans.
Travis, why do these flavors work so well together?
It's like a sports team. You need every member.
Also in the starting lineup, onions and a spicy wake-you-right-up salsa verde. A little sour cream, and now let's get this thing double handsome.
This time we want 2 eggs. Handsome fries, the best way for a hangover to be over.
Hangover.
So good.
That's good.
It's creamy, it's decadent, it's full of flavor.
Carne asada is perfectly done, and you have the black beans and the green onions and the sauce and the sunny side up egg. Perfect marriage.
These are probably like the best fries I've ever had in my life.
Late night tavern adventures lead to Sherman Oaks, where every day is like Sunday.
I got my handsome sandwich and my good mistress of a drink. I don't gotta go nowhere all day.
Ordinary tavern food ain't gonna cut it in New York City. Burgers get smothered, shakes get spiked, and mischief gets made at the Shake and Burger Bar.
The whole energy and all the food is really playful.
Brooklyn native Eddie Fahmy loves taking his New York tavern food to the extreme.
Alcohol-infused milkshakes, gourmet burgers. We just do everything over the top here.
Like crowning a juicy burger in creamy decadence to create the truffle mac and cheese burger.
When I was 14 years old, I said one day I'm going to open up a tavern with amazing food. This is what I love to do. I love making people happy. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Eddie's tasty dream come true starts with a half-pound patty.
And we drop it on the flat top. When you bite into this burger, you feel like you're eating a nice juicy steak in a steakhouse.
Then a steakhouse side dish gets ready to steal the show. Rich and creamy mac and cheese.
We make everything from scratch. We use fresh flour, milk. We make a roux with some butter. We add 4 different cuts of cheese. Cheddar makes it better, baby. Gives it a nice sharp flavor. Pepper jack to give it a little kick. Some Swiss cheese, nutty flavor to it. Shredded mozzarella cheese, make it nice and creamy. Dreamy and creamy, tasty tavern food.
Now let's talk mac.
Our elbow pasta cooked perfect al dente.
When he achieves the ideal macaroni to cheese ratio, Eddie's ready to truff it up.
It's now the most important ingredient, truffle oil. This is where all the magic happens. It just has this very deep, earthy, rich flavor that when you eat it, it just takes you to another place.
A place of macaroni wishes and truffle oil dreams, all on a house-made butter-toasted pretzel bun.
It's a nice, soft bun, but it has a very thick outside, so it can carry all that weight from the mac and cheese. This burger looks amazing. Every burger should have bacon on it. New York's finest truffle mac and cheese burger. Say cheese.
It has everything. There's mac and cheese, there's bacon, it's on a pretzel bun. I am in heaven.
It's unique, it's insane, it's gooey, it's great. I love it. If you want to please me, cheese me.
There's so much cheese, I couldn't even see the bacon on here.
The harmony of tasting everything all at once.
This is the most amazing burger I have ever had. Shake break.
Shake break.
Of course, burgers are only half of the story at Shake and Burger Bar. You could go with the tasty all-ages version, or get down to the boozy business of the fiery hot milkshake. Doing all the shake making and baking is Chef Monet Showers.
I make the most insane milkshakes possible. My milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard.
This fire and ice cream delight screams for cinnamony treats.
The first part of making the fiery milkshake is making the churro.
Monet melts butter in boiling water, mixes in flour and salt, then lets it cool.
It's worth the wait. Definitely worth the wait.
When the dough is done, she pipes it into pipe shapes and deep fries till piping hot, and then cinnamon sugar. Then she heads to the dessert station to shake it up. Monet rims a glass with vanilla frosting and crushed cinnamon cereal. Then vanilla ice cream, more cereal, and a double boost of hooch with hot cinnamon whiskey and cool horchata rum.
I don't put any milk because I want my milkshake nice and thick. Here comes the fun part. Now we get to build the milkshake.
A cinnamon bun, whipped cream, and churro takes center stage, surrounded by more goodies.
The more, the merrier. Adult milkshake fun, topped with a cinnamon bun.
It's not only like you're getting a great milkshake, but you're getting like a whole bakery.
This shake is a work of art.
It's a cinnamon overload. Every sip is amazing.
It's cold and hot and spicy going down. I love it.
Everyone's loving the fun food at New York's Shake and Burger Bar. So good, it's gone. Florida is famous for the sheer quantity of non-stop partying, especially around Daytona Beach. But there's also quality fun to be had at cool spots like the Daytona Tap Room.
I love the atmosphere, all the beers on tap, trying new things. The food is so creative.
Come listen to music, eat great food.
Daytona Tap Room!
What separates this tavern from your average spring break boozatorium?
We do everything from scratch. No frozen anything. We don't have a freezer. We hand cut our French fries. We make our own sauces from scratch. We hand patty our burgers. It's just quality.
Perfect example, the Trainwreck Burrito.
The Trainwreck is definitely different from most burritos you're gonna find. It's pretty insane.
The conductor is Chef Joshua Catfish Gerke. Old Catfish has a tasty morsel on the line today, Duroc pork butt.
We'll start off with salt, pepper, pretty decent coating. 9-pound piece of meat, need a lot of seasoning on it. Just a little bit of mustard. The mustard's gonna hold it on, give it that nice tang that you're looking for.
Salt, pepper, garlic, cumin, onion powder, and paprika. Then one more crucial ingredient they keep out back, smoke.
Just makes everything taste better. We use red oak for the pork and the chicken. We're gonna put on the smoke for about 12 hours.
Back in the kitchen.
Smoke, pork juice, burnt ends from the caramelization of the sugar from the spice, and that pink color.
Joshua grills up the Trainwreck's key components, including the most crucial of all, mac and cheese.
Then we add our house beer cheese to that.
We'll take a deep dive into that beer cheese in a minute. For now, nothing left for this burrito but to fill it and grill it. But no rush.
You gotta take time, sing to it, talk to it.
I hear that train coming round the mountain.
This is one train wreck you're sure to enjoy. Wee doggy!
Toot-toot, all aboard the train wreck. The pulled pork, that's the feature of the entire burrito. It's really good. It's sweet. And then you have the mac and cheese, it's savory. It is a Southern Thanksgiving feast in a burrito.
Who does mac and cheese in a burrito? They do.
I have never had mac and cheese in a burrito before, but it is definitely giving me some ideas for taco night and burrito night at my house.
Woo, woo.
Fun fact, Florida is actually the flattest state in the union. So really nothing gets higher here than the mountain of yum, that is, Stoner Nachos.
The Stoner Nachos are a really good dish to share. It's massive and crazy and full of all kinds of good things.
Chef Joey Tortora, school us in the wonders of your tavern's marvelous beer cheese.
What I love about beer cheese is that spiciness, the creaminess, the texture, the velvety smooth flavor, everything about it.
No grater required for JT. He busts apart massive amounts of white American with his bare hands.
Every time you use it with a knife, it'll stick to the cheese. You gotta take it apart and pull it, and cut it, pull it, compared to just taking it and twisting it, and it'll be apart in a matter of seconds.
The creaminess pairs perfectly with a dark stout.
I use about a cup of beer in here, and then I save about a half a cup for myself. Next, we add 4 ounces of Worcestershire.
Easy for you to say.
It is a tough word.
He spices it up just enough with mustard powder, grilled onions, jalapenos, and a grip of garlic.
I'm Italian, so I bleed garlic.
A pile-up of homemade tortilla chips gets a crown of fried mac and cheese, some beefy chili, and that cheery, beery cheese sauce to make a monument to the power of tavern food.
And just for look, we'll stick a little shark tail tip right up there. Daytona Tap Room, Stoner Nachos. The name says it all.
This is ridiculous.
I feel like college kids put this together.
Melted cheese, some sour cream here, jalapenos, that's all the normal stuff. The mac and cheese takes it like 5 steps higher.
It is the perfect blend of sweet and savory. It's amazing in your mouth.
It was delicious. I'm campaigning for all beer cheese on all nachos.
The only way Daytona Tap Room could get more Daytona is if they deep-fried Spring Break and covered it in beer cheese.
That might be our next menu item.
From plotting the American Revolution to watching a Red Sox game, Boston has a long and rich history in taverns.
Tavern culture in Boston is huge. It's everything.
It's the best city in the world. When you walk into a tavern in Boston, you know you're in Boston.
Just over the Charles River in the city of Somerville, there's a pub that towers over the local food scene, Five Horses Tavern.
Tavern food for us is very comfortable, approachable food.
It's not just bar food, it's not pub food, it's not like your standard chicken sandwich and fries.
Although Chef Aaron Parsons grew up just an hour to the north, he brings an international flair to Five Horses.
Moving off, living in Europe, seeing food done differently, seeing the freshness of ingredients, really taught me what food was as opposed to just how to cook it.
In fact, one of his favorite dishes to cook is more commonly found in the South, pulled pork and grits.
I lived in North Carolina for 7 years. Being in Boston, you wouldn't expect to have these types of flavors.
Aaron's flavor-packed wet rub starts with the usual powders, onion, garlic, and mustard, and paprikas, both sweet and smoked.
Cumin, coffee, and maple syrup. Obviously, the coffee flavor, it's pronounced in the pork, but it also adds a little bit of bitterness, counteract the sweet from the maple and the sugar.
He gives that pork butt a thorough rub down before marinating it for 24 hours. Then it spends another full day soaking in scrumptiousness.
We're gonna cold smoke it for 24 hours.
Believe it or not, we're only halfway through this 4-day process.
It's been 24 hours. We're gonna take a look at our pork. It's really not gonna change much in looks. We've been cold smoking it. We just really want to infuse it with that smoky flavor.
He precision cooks that butt in a sous vide bath for another 48 hours.
We want to cook that for a long time period and really break that down, really develop a lot of the flavors and not have it dried out.
Plenty of time to whip up some pencil cob grits, which is an heirloom corn.
Really sweet in flavor. We have our grits that have been soaked for 24 hours and then drained.
Chicken stock, soy sauce, and heavy cream create a rich flavor base.
So now we're gonna add our salt and our chili paste, and then we'll add some aged cheddar cheese as well.
While those savory grits get fluffy, he pulls out his pork.
Really soft, tender meat, beautiful. We're gonna just start shredding this.
The shredded pork gets a crisp edge in the pan, then tops a bowl full of grits.
We've got our low country collard greens, Really delicious, deep flavor. To finish, we're gonna garnish with fried onion strings, really give it a great crunch to there. This is our Dragon Lady sauce. Sweet, salty, spicy, a little bit of acid flavor, and just a nice, well-rounded heat to it. So pulled pork and grits from the south to the north and into your mouth.
Pulled pork is amazing. Melts in your mouth.
These grits are delicious. I love cheese, so they're nice and cheesy. You can taste like the little bit of chili powder in them, and it's really yummy.
Combination of flavors definitely transported me back to the South.
Aaron's European training brings a French touch to their chicken cordon bleu loaded skillet tots.
I'm gonna start off by making our Creole mustard.
He uses 3 kinds of mustard, Cajun seasonings, and honey for a sweet and spicy mix. Plus onions and cornichons for texture, which meet the business end of a blender.
We use several different types of mustard in here to really balance out the flavors. Dijon mustard is definitely a lot more sharp than salad mustard. Salad mustard helps make the sauce smoother.
He breads and fries chicken breasts and tater tots, then starts loading up his skillet, adding some smoked ham.
We're doing cordon bleu style because it's a tried and true flavor. It's a dish that's been around for hundreds of years. We know they're gonna work. We know it's delicious.
He puts a mound of shredded Gruyere on there and slides it into the melt maker before finishing it with the Creole mustard.
Pinkies out. This is our chicken cordon bleu tots.
It looks delicious. The cheese is just on top of cheese, on top of cheese, and then this delicious mustard sauce looks incredible.
You put meat on meat with cheese and fried potatoes. Like, are you kidding me? That's fantastic.
That's delicious. The mustard's really interesting. It's spicy but sweet at the same time. These are insane. They're so good.
The chicken, the ham, and the cheese together are great, and you can really kind of get that cordon bleu sense, and then you kind of want to just get a jar of this mustard and bring it home with me, to be honest.
For revolutionary pub grub, gallop into 5 Horses Tavern.
I'm glad you guys got the tot so I could have both in my meals.
Our tavern tour takes us to Boulder, Colorado, on the trail of that eternal mystery, what makes a great tavern great?
Have you not had pizza and beer? I mean,
whatever the magic formula is, there's a whole lot of it at the Sink.
The Sink started in 1923, and it has been here for now almost 95 years.
The Sink has been the go-to spot for local undergrads ever since. It's also one of the leading outposts of a regional pizza style even some hardcore pie hounds aren't aware of: Colorado Ugly Crust.
They may call it an ugly crust, but it's beautiful to me.
The ugly refers to the oversized hunks of crust on the edges. They double as dessert.
For those of you who don't know about Colorado pizza, when you get done eating it, flip your crust right over, grab a squeezed bottle of honey, drizzle it all over that crust, and you got a nice sweet finish to your lunch.
What's in the middle of the pie is important too on savory creations like the honky tonk.
This is my version of a barbecue pizza.
Since the 50s, the Sink's famous barbecue sauce was strictly a burger thing. Then David said, hey, let's put it on a pizza.
You're gonna get this really rich hickory smoke flavor from it and a really sharp vinegar bite.
It perfectly complements the mucho meaty shreds of pulled pork, cooked in-house, of course.
We take Duroc pork shoulders, season them with our special blend of spices, then we smoke them for about 12 to 14 hours. And then when they come out of the smoker, we shred them. It's delicious.
Fresh spinach and shredded mozzarella make a nice green and gooey base for our juicy, hot, out-of-the-box pulled pork.
I can still smell the smoke.
Then red onions, applewood smoked bacon, and more mozz.
We like to do 2 layers of mozzarella because it likes to lock in their ingredients.
A quick 6-minute bake, a few crispy onion straws, and that's a honky tonk, man.
Perfection.
That is delicious.
Oh, just the zing. Like, it hits your tongue immediately and you're happy.
Barbecue, fried onion straws, bacon, some veggies on there to make you feel healthy.
Pizza happy, beer happy, me happy.
This is my favorite part of the ugly crust is the dessert.
This is something you never see people doing to New York-style pizza.
Ugly but delicious.
Historic taverns don't get much bolder than the Sink in Boulder.
The Sink!
It's last call on our tasty tavern crawl. It's probably best just to sleep this one off. Ride and dine on this roadside Jersey burger that reaches for the sky.
Look at this thing. It's huge and beautiful, and I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. There's a carpool of sweet and savory in these delectable donuts.
I would never think to put sugar and jelly and ham and cheese together, but that was fantastic.
I feel like I'm tasting colors. It's indescribable.
If you're looking for food that's fast while still being fabulous.
Do you smell what the fry man's cooking?
This is the best fried chicken, period, I've ever found.
It's so quick. You can get it while you're driving, grab and go.
It's so good.
Let's get it going.
Swing through food paradise and grab some grub on the go. Do they know grub on the go in New Jersey? Baby, they were born to eat on the run. And in the town of Garfield, right on Route 46, there's a great place to stop.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, Steve. Or at least slow down and open your window. Welcome to Steve's Burgers.
We love Steve's Burgers! Just pull in, get a burger. Can't get a better tasting burger anywhere. Pay it $20, $40 for it. It's not gonna taste as good.
I love Steve's.
Steve is Stephen Chrisomalis, a young man living the dream.
I love cooking burgers. There's nothing I would rather do. I like the people to come in and get out as quick as they can with the best product as possible.
You can get these burgers to go or grab them and take them out back. Either way, the biggest thing to come out of this tiny kitchen, the skyscraper.
It's a great burger, messy. People love it, fills them up, and it holds them over till dinner time.
Getting something this big to go usually means renting a truck, but Steve's delicious secret sauce does all the heavy lifting. How good is it?
So good it's drinkable. I start with ketchup, mayo, relish, 2 different types of mustards here, 2 different types of hot sauce, a little barbecue sauce, and then the secret that I can't tell you about. Otherwise, it would be Steve's Everyone Knows sauce.
Suffice to say, it's like a zestier Thousand Island, but with a garlicky aioli punch.
People really love the sauce. They use it on their fries, onion rings. It's really good.
Lately, burgers may have gotten a little too gourmet. Steve rejects the fussy and sticks with the fundamentals. Keeping it 100, his 80-20 chuck blend.
3 patties, fresh from a local butcher. I get it delivered every morning. So I'm gonna get a nice sear on this side. I'll flip all 3 of these, like so. So I got the 3 slices of American cheese here. And I throw an extra one on here in the middle just for a little extra cheese, you know?
Plus, more meat, a regional favorite.
This is pork roll. People in Jersey love it. Don't ask me why, but that's why I use it on just about everything. People use it as a substitute to bacon a lot of the time for breakfast sandwiches, dinners, and even burgers.
Better add some actual bacon too, just to be safe. The Skyscraper's foundation is a soft and sturdy toasted brioche bun.
Some Steve sauce on the bottom. Jersey's freshest tomatoes here. Lettuce as well.
And the flavor stretches ever skyward. There's a fried egg, an onion ring topper, a secret sauce drizzle, and that's the Skyscraper.
A heaping tower of on-the-go goodness with a skosh of brioche.
Get in my belly.
Boom! The first bites I got were just straight cheese. Then you get the pork roll, the burger, and it's just the egg yolk just dripping down. I had it all over my hands. It's the best.
It just has the perfect seasoning on it, a little bit salty, nothing overbearing.
Look at this thing. It's huge and beautiful, and I love it.
You can taste the pork roll, you can taste the bacon, the caramelized onions are fantastic, the cheese is great, there's just flavor in every single bite.
Deep sauce, it's got a little tang to it with a little sweetness. Put that on top, I put that on French fries, put it on burgers, come here all the time. The sauce just puts it over the top.
The secret sauce is amazing. I even had it in my hair.
Steve's next grab-and-go gobsmacker is a ribeye-packed riff on a Philly cheesesteak. And we're told it's crucial that Steve makes this one extra special. Why?
His reputation is at stake.
Get out of here. Leave the food puns to me, and let Steve handle the Steve's Melt.
Start with 3 pieces of rye bread, butter them all up, face down on the grill.
Why rye?
I like rye the best, honestly.
And it's got the structural integrity to support all the patties. Sliced ribeye, grilled onions, and of course, cheese.
So your traditional patty melt is with Swiss cheese, but me personally, I like American cheese better, so that's why I use it.
The Steve's Melt just kind of happened one day when Steve's dad couldn't decide between a patty melt and a Philly cheesesteak.
Went over awesome. He loved the sandwich, threw it on the menu, and now customers come in every day for it.
Now you can love it too.
A burger worthy enough for a king or my dad, the Steve's Melt.
This is probably the most unique cheeseburger I've ever had. The Philly cheesesteak mixed in with the double-decker cheeseburger is dope.
It's juicy, it's fresh, the texture's perfect. It's like everything anyone would want in a burger.
Awesome. Awesome. The flavors just bounce at you. This burger is banging. It's so unexpected to find a gourmet burger on the side of the highway. You could just drive right in. Oh, it's amazing.
You even got the little butter on the rye. Perfect. Perfect. This is an unbelievable sandwich. Good stuff right there. Bring it, Philly.
Steve's is the spot for great burgers to go or stay a while.
I could do this all day.
Can't stop now. Gotta get down to New Orleans and try a much buzzed about take on the all-time sweetest OG grab-and-go treat, the mighty donut.
I think donuts are a throwback item, and so there is a lot of nostalgia to donuts for sure.
Yeah, for me, donuts are just something that everybody enjoys. From the kid to the adult, everyone's got its warm feeling, puts a smile on your face for a donut.
At District Donuts, you can savor them on site or take it on the run, baby.
Dude, it's perfect. It's so quick. You can grab it, you can get it while you're driving, you can get it while you're doing anything. You have a donut in your hand driving with your knees. Grab and go.
District Donuts turns the term fast food on its ear with masterpieces like the Monte Cristo Donut.
So you can get it quick, but it's something that we tear the walls out and we have a culinary experience that's much more elevated than fast food.
Chris, why Monte Cristo Fire Donut?
Growing up, there were 3 different things that I would order, one of which was the Monte Cristo, which was this fried sandwich when I was 9. It was amazing, and it would come with this side of raspberry jam, and it had powdered sugar all over it, and you'd dip it and eat it. So this is our homage, so to speak, to that.
The dough for these donuts is a highly guarded secret, but he will share one trick.
We take our dough, we put it in a very slow fermenting process. So we put it in a cooler, we wrap it up, and we allow that 24 hours to build flavor. And we take that, we incorporate it into our new dough, and that's what gives us kind of that big yeasty punch we're looking for.
Once the dough is just right, Chris rolls it out and rings it up.
We want a nice, substantial donut. And we're trying to deal with also a lot of add-ons, a lot of flavors, a lot of toppings. Dough, first and foremost, needs to be able to stand up to that.
From there, it's deep-fried deliverance.
And we want them to float right away, so that's a good sign. They look beautiful. They are beautiful.
And they're the base for all of District's creations. This one gets split in half.
That is a pretty perfect donut on the inside. We want that airiness. We do want to see a ton of air pockets throughout it. We're gonna go a little bit of Dijon mustard, come back with some applewood smoked ham. So that's the best kind of smoke.
A little Havarti cheese for creaminess, followed by a sweet brush of French toast butter.
It's sweet, it's delicious, and it kind of feels kind of like breakfast. Now we're gonna throw it on this press. I'm gonna brush the top, just a light brush, and we'll let it go. Sing to it, smile to it, watch it. All right, y'all ready? Let's see what we got. We're gonna finish it with some powdered sugar and then just a little bit of raspberry preserves. Our take on the Monte Cristo. You're welcome, world.
You got layers upon layers in this thing. You got the first layer of the donut, and you think it's over. But then you got all the stuff on the inside, and then you got the donut on top with the powdered sugar and the jelly. Dude.
I would never think to put sugar and jelly and ham and cheese together, but that was fantastic.
The cheese is really gooey and sweet and savory all at once. It's good when you're really indecisive and don't know if you want dessert or dinner. It's perfect.
Honestly, I'd like to take another bite.
Another district donut filled with the flavor of familial comfort is the Cookie Butter Brudder.
So this is the Cookie Butter Brudder, which brudder, term of endearment, similar to brother, just kind of our own internal thing.
It starts with the same donut base, dunked in an ooey gooey glaze. What is that exactly?
So what we do, we start off with a cookie butter glaze of sorts.
So cookie butter is like peanut butter churned from cookies? Mind blown.
Cookie butter just is a popular thing, man. Have you had it? It's amazing.
From there, Chris piles on the quality cookies, all made in-house.
We're gonna add our homemade chocolate chip cookie. It's got 2 types of chocolate chips. It's got a little sea salt. It's amazing. And then we're gonna add a homemade chocolate wafer cream cookie. Our Cookie Butter Brudder. As delicious as it is hard to say.
Cookie butter brother. Cookie brother.
Cookie butter brother, cookie butter brother, cookie butter brother.
If you're a cookie lover, I love cookies. This is the donut to eat. Every single cookie that you could imagine is on this donut. I love the cookie butter. I mean, just the size of this thing is like, this is a full meal, and it's just one donut. It's ridiculous.
Can we appreciate how all the toppings have pretty much stayed on the donut after that huge bite? Just the structure, all the donuts here are just amazing.
Two textures, man. You got the fluffiness and the smoothness of the donut mixed in with the crunchiness of the cookie, dude. It's the best of both worlds colliding, dude.
I feel like I'm tasting colors and I'm tasting sounds right now. It's indescribable.
For amazing donuts on the go like you've never seen before, District Donuts does them by the dozen.
When you're looking to get a donut in New Orleans, this is your first and final stop.
Grabbing grub on the go is a way of life in a 24-hour town like Las Vegas. And lately, super busy food buffs have been beating a path to Bulldoggies.
We actually come here every single day for lunch.
I love Korean food. I love hot dogs. So why not put them together? This is the best place to go for hot dogs in Las Vegas.
Owner Boise Milner took America's most iconic to-go food and mashed it with the flavors of his wife's Korean heritage.
In Las Vegas, there's really not a lot of hot dog places, and there's not a lot of good hot dog places. I wanted to really put a flair to something that was so simple and just make it totally different.
Here's a dish with style that will make you sigh. The Gangnam Dog.
Gangnam is an area in Seoul, Korea. It's sort of like the Beverly Hills of Seoul. So when you say Gangnam, they know it means first class.
The luxury accessory here is pork belly. Most people compare it to a thick, soft bacon. But Boise has a better meat analogy.
To me, it's similar to prime rib. When you roast it slow, it slices nice, it has a nice flavor, you can't beat it.
It takes a lot of time to do fast food right. The pork belly marinade touches all the flavor bases. Tart lemon pepper, sweet maple syrup, salty soy sauce, and tangy vinegar. 2 hours later, the results don't lie.
Oh, it's very tender. The pork belly really, I mean, it's amazing. I've never really eaten so much pork in my life after I started, cooking this like this.
Here's the juicy secret on how he gets the most out of his quarter-pound hot dogs.
When you cook them in a deep fryer, it seals all the flavor in. You don't lose any juice, and it gives it a nice, crisp crust, and it has a nice little snap to it.
The perfect pork belly gets more perfect with some grilled-on crispy edges. What did you call it again?
The prime rib of pork.
The proteins gang up in a bun. Humble cucumber slices do a lot of the heavy lifting, freshness and texture-wise.
Then we have our nori seasoning, our seaweed, that has the ocean flavor. And then your green onion, sesame seeds. Now your final touch is the Gangnam sauce.
It's like a spicy barbecue sauce.
Now you get your sweet added to that and your spicy and your tangy flavor. Well, Doggies makes it Gangnam style.
So I can smell the gochujang. It uppercuts it right into the nose as soon as you see it.
That has some excellent flavor. The way the pork belly and the hot dog mix together, that tastes delicious. Very savory.
The meat-on-meat action on the hot dog is just fantastic.
My favorite part of the dog is the seaweed. Seaweed gives it kind of like an earthy taste.
Gangnam dog is a true party dog.
The cornerstone of home-style Korean cuisine is kimchi. And for just a little cabbage, you will not be mad at Bulldoggy's Angry Kimchi Dog.
I never realized how big of a deal it was until I actually went to Korea myself. It's a main staple in every house in Korea.
Boise's kimchi recipe is mother-in-law tested, mother-in-law approved, and the flavors run deep.
You have to have a real good red pepper and a good Korean pepper. And this is the anchovy or the fish seasoning right here. A little bit of ginger in here, our fresh pureed garlic.
The mad flavor science goes on and on until eventually the veggies, daikon, green onions, gao choy, gao what?
Which is similar to chives. I have the kimchi sauce that's here, it's ready to go. And I have the Napa cabbage that has been washed, salted, rinsed, and drained. And now it's time to mix both of them together.
If we were in Korea, the raw kimchi would be jarred up and buried in the backyard for a couple weeks. Since folks in Las Vegas are in a bit of a hurry, he opts for 3 days in the fridge.
Once it ferments, it just breaks out into a real nice sauce.
The sidekick meat here is a marinated and grilled pork bulgogi. Hey, bulgogi, bulldoggies. I just got that. Anyway, it grills alongside some of that kimchi.
The grill really brings out the flavor in it even a little bit more. The kimchi and the pork goes right on the dog.
The angry sauce is kind of a gochujang aioli. Why do you call it angry?
Because it's hot, real hot. We have to put the jalapenos on it to put the final hotness to it. Now it's very angry.
Take a deep breath.
This dog may be angry, but it'll make you happy.
When you bite into it, it's just a flavor explosion of a little bit of spicy, but it's also savory.
With the homemade kimchi that's lying right underneath all that spicy pork, it makes for a terrific bite, terrific several bites.
There's the kick after that just lingers in your mouth, but it's a good lingering.
There's a ton of great food in Vegas, but Bulldoggy's is the spot when you need it now.
Let's bring on the hot dog!
Food on a truck is, by definition, on the go. And in San Diego, local legend Pomodoro Rosso has taken the idea of takeout and shifted it into overdrive.
Pomodoro Rosso is really authentic Italian food coming out of a food truck that pulls up to wherever you are. It's absolutely unreal.
Best grub to go.
Vodka cream con meatballs.
The man behind the wheel of this movable feast is Chef Matteo Betti.
This truck is small, but it's mighty. And people get to enjoy restaurant quality food, which you don't see every day.
Wherever Matteo's parking for lunch, he serves the same acclaimed food he cooks for dinner back at the little truck's big sister bistro, Stella.
We make homemade bread, we stuff our own sausages, just like the old days. Making things from scratch is very important because the flavors are vibrant, alive, fresh.
Like absolutely everything that goes into the sausage and peppers pizza. For this pizza, Matteo uses red and yellow peppers and white sweet onion.
When I was 6 years old, I would go into the kitchen and get all the pans out of the drawers. When I was able to reach the counter, my mom taught me how to make different Italian dishes, peppers, onions, and all that good stuff.
Like Mama, he heats up garlic and olive oil.
You can hear the sizzling. The garlic is roasting. That's what you're looking for. Nice, hot, aggressive heat.
Along with white wine, aromatic herbs, hot chili flakes, and 3 whole hours of simmer.
I love how all the flavor mixed up. It created this nice orange sauce. Buonissimo. It's perfect.
Those high-end peppers hightail it into the truck where Matteo stretches pizza dough carefully.
You gotta work the dough with your hands. You can't throw it in the air. I tried that once and it got stuck on the ceiling.
The dough gets married to a sauce of San Marzano tomatoes.
You just want a thin little layer. If you put too much, it will make the dough soggy.
Easy sauce, but plenty of imported mozz. And then Matteo's signature sausage, made in-house and grilled golden brown. Finally, it's Mama's 3-hour peppers, a 7-minute bake, and that pizza's ready to go.
Pomodoro rosso pizza. Molto bene.
Oh, amazing. Do you love it? That is so delicious. Like it. It's flavorful. It's warm. It's so good.
You can tell the quality of the cheese and the sauce and the sausage, phenomenal.
What I love about this crust is that when you pinch the top of the crust, it's like a pillow. It just makes you want to bite right into this pizza.
I've never met a pizza I didn't like, but some of them are better than others, and this one is fantastic.
Seriously.
Here's something that will keep you going all day, maybe all week. The chicken parm sandwich.
The chicken parmigiana is an Italian-American dish, originally eggplant parmigiana, but when immigrants came to America, they wanted meat, so people turned it into chicken parmigiana. This beautiful sandwich was the result of it.
Once again, the chicken begins at the restaurant, where Matteo works it over good.
That's the thinness you want. This is gonna cook fast, and it's gonna keep the chicken moist.
A traditional 3-step dredge is capped with a crumb coating made from their homemade bread. And suddenly, Matteo's passion for cooking is revealed.
I love the smell of the frying, the sound that the breadcrumbs make when they come out of the fryer. Is that sizzling sound. That's the color you want. D'oro e croccante, golden and crispy.
On the truck, he layers the fresh fried chicken with tomato sauce and mozzarella, then sends it in for a bake. Minutes later, the chicken parm is nearly fully armed. But Matteo has one last trick up his sleeve.
This is my favorite part. It's almost like gravy. It's got the juices from the melted mozzarella cheese, a little bit of oil, and now we're gonna add Parmesan cheese to make like a cream sauce.
Going, gone.
This is the chicken parmigiana from Pomodoro Rosso. Buon appetito!
The chicken is awesome. The seasoning is amazing, obviously.
That is really fresh tomato marinara. The chicken is juicy. It's got a nice crunch to it. The sandwich is an absolute monster.
The bread is chewy, and it's giving this wonderful little hug to this fantastic chicken parm. And I get this extra little explosion of sauce on top of it, and it's blowing my mind.
Reviews like that will definitely inspire Matteo to keep on trucking.
Pomodoro Rosso is the bomb.
Smell that? French fries, potatoes at their most portable. And in Gardena, California, this perennial side dish on the move hits the spotlight at Mr. Fries Man.
The fact that there's a restaurant solely devoted to fries means that something's going right in the world.
These mind-bending, mouth-watering medleys are created by Mr. Fries Man himself, Craig Batiste.
I just love everything about the fries. The crunch, the softness. You can do anything with fries. I just took it overboard.
The early days were small potatoes with just a few bucks and a home kitchen. But Craig was determined to succeed.
Back in the days, people doubted him. He showed them that there's a million ways you can make fries.
Social media photos and a rave review in the papers converted Craig's Hail Mary into a touchdown. Now, hallelujah, it's raining fries.
It's like a dream come true. And I just tell people, if you have a dream, don't ever give it up. Go for it.
If you're dreaming of something spicy, go for the buffalo shrimp and bacon fries.
I love spiciness. I love bacon. I love shrimp. I love fries. Hello. Put them on there. Let's get it going.
Craig gets it going with what else? The potatoes. But not just any potatoes.
So these potatoes right here are specially made for me. And what kind of potato? I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Because they have to be the right size. Like him.
I used to be shaped like a shoestring fry, but then I started making fries. Now I'm starting to look like a wedge. Nah,
He sets those spuds to sputtering, then sautés a fistful of shrimp.
I got a little Old Bay, put a little bit on there. We got the little minced garlic, put it in there. Get it going. Yeah. Do you smell what the fry man's cooking? There we go.
This is when Craig gets to multitasking.
Fries is ready to go. That pretty brown. Crunch on the outside, smooth on the inside.
He lays down a major foundation of fries and turns on a shower of cheese.
Sharp cheddar makes everything better. Boom.
A layer of ranch is followed by the garlicky shrimp. All of them?
I'm gonna save this one right here for me. And right here is the buffalo sauce. You go from one end to the other. Come back around with the ranch to cool them down. Hi, yeah.
And now for the big finish.
Little bacon. This bacon have you talking Jamaican. Now this is the perfect rub to go. Buffalo shrimp fries with a little bacon on top. Mr. Fries man is doing it right.
Shrimp is cooked perfectly. You can taste the bacon with it, the cheese, and then the fries are like soaked with the buffalo sauce and the ranch. It's the best.
These are life-changing fries, without a doubt.
Food on the go that's fast and fabulous. It seems Mr. Fries man has figured out the perfect formula.
He's a fry scientist. He's the man.
When you're looking for a seriously hot meal on the go, get yourself to Asheville, North Carolina, and race over to Rocky's Hot Chicken Shack, where people in a hurry can get their cluck on, spicy and fast.
This is the best fried chicken, period, I've ever found.
Oh, the chicken. The best chicken in the country, I bet. And you don't have to wait too long at all. Just enough time for maybe a cold beer.
Owner Rich Condiff will toast to that.
Our first experience with hot chicken was in Nashville, where it all began, I guess, 50 years ago. And we were simply blown away. Your mouth has a moment of stunning experience, and you begin to feel euphoric. There is a serious buzz attached to this level of spice.
Rich was hooked, so he bought Rocky's, and now his fried chicken's got the crowd coming and going.
What can I say? There's something magical about the crunch.
Need some spice in your life? Grab an order of Rocky's Hot Chicken.
When Rocky says hot, they mean hot.
They mean glow-in-the-dark hot.
Chef Sean gets that radioactive chicken activated with his signature brine.
You have a good brine. It's not only here for flavor, but it also keeps the chicken moist throughout the cooking process.
A pot of boiling water gets salt, bay leaves, sugar, and peppercorns.
We just throw them in there. What happens is the brine is gonna actually cook the lemon. The lemon itself will break down and give it that lemony taste.
That brine bubbles for 90 minutes, then chills for a day until it's bird ready.
We're gonna submerge our chicken completely in the brine, and that gets brine for another 24 hours. Making good fried chicken doesn't take an hour or two, it takes days.
A whole day after that, the chicken is submerged in buttermilk.
Chicken breasts traditionally don't have a lot of flavor, but the way that we use our brine and the way that we season our flour, it makes them probably the most flavorful breast you've ever had.
Next stop, Fryerland, and the pressure is on.
So what we have here are pressure fryers. When you have a large piece of chicken like this, we would probably have to fry it in an open fryer for double the time. This makes it nice and quick.
Once it's out of the hot oil, the chicken gets mixed up with a whole different kind of hot oil.
So this is our Rocky spice. And what we do is we actually cook it inside of our special oil blend. We want to make sure that every bite that you take, you get some of the spice on it. I'm adding my dry spice on here now just to give it a little bit of oomph.
That looks seriously spicy.
What are you, chicken?
Doesn't get much better than that. That's awesome.
The breading is terrific. The skin is crispy, the chicken is juicy and moist on the inside. That's it, and that's perfect.
When I eat this chicken, it feels like the spices and the hotness are in the meat.
That's where the heat comes from. That right there. It hurts so good. What's crazy is you got the crunch from the chicken, but then the seasoning on there almost adds like a second layer of crunch. It's delicious, and I can't stop.
Those spicy clunkers take a walk on the sweet side for Rocky's famous chicken and waffles.
The hot chicken and waffles is almost a mixture of two cultures, and when we combine maple syrup with our spice, it just caught on. It had to go on the menu.
Chef Sean would agree.
I've always been a waffle kind of a guy. I like a little bit of texture on the outside, a little bit of crunch, and a little bit of fluffiness on the inside. I do have a love affair with waffles.
In this romance, the usual dry stuff gets set up with the usual wet stuff. Then Sean makes an unusual proposal. molasses.
It's original to our recipe. And we found that once we added the molasses, the flavor was a little better and a little bit sweeter. I'm gonna fold the egg whites in, and they're gonna stay nice and fluffy. And when we make the actual waffle, it's gonna give the inside a nice spongy texture, and it's gonna make the outside nice and crisp.
It's the best witch's brew ever.
Yes, I'm the evil waffle chemist.
That batter hits the hot iron and transforms into a perfect waffle, while chicken tenders follow dredge protocol before hitting the fryer.
They look wonderful. We're going to let our tenders rest, and then we're gonna give them a second fry. On the second fry, we wanna make it a little bit more crispier before we put some paint on it.
Here comes a sweet and spicy honey glaze, followed by a shower of dry spice before Sean brings it all home with warm maple syrup.
This is our Rocky's Hot Chicken Shack chicken and waffles with our massive tenders and our maple syrup.
I'm gonna need some time, guys.
Right off the bat, super tender. Ooh. Look at that. The waffle is done perfectly. Everything about this right now is fulfilling my every need.
It's that crunchy waffle, and the spice on the chicken is just everything. It is beautifully crispy outside, perfectly soft and still moist in the middle. This is as good as you can get. One of the best things about Rocky's is that line goes quick, that food comes out, and it is consistently incredible and amazing every single time.
Fast bites cooked slow and steady. The grub at Rocky's will grab you and not let go.
This looks like heaven. Yeah, this is hell.
The local diner was America's original fast food joint. And in Midtown Manhattan, at an 80s throwback called Big Daddy's, the reinvented classics are coming at you fast and fabulous.
Big Daddy's takes the food and they bring it to the extreme. And it feels like those old school diners you used to go to when you were a kid.
You get that family type feeling. You get great food out of the kitchen. It comes quick, but more unique.
That just might be the understatement of the year.
Everything we do is off the chart. It's taking the traditional basic diner food and then taking it to the next level.
From sinful shakes to colossal cheeseburgers and everything in between.
There's something for everyone. It's every age group. I'd say it's from infants all the way to 110.
Speaking of birthdays, here's an instant party any time of day. Big Daddy's birthday cake pancakes.
When you hear birthday cake pancakes, you're like, what the hell are birthday cake pancakes? And when it comes out with the candle in it, it brings a smile to everyone's face.
Every day is your birthday at Big Daddy's, and we had a regular customer that came in all the time and really got into pancakes, and we came up with the idea to put a frosting on it with sprinkles and put a candle in it and make it taste like a birthday cake.
Chef Jason begins with his quick and pancake-ready version of frosting.
A good amount of powdered sugar goes in there, with equal parts of the floss sugar. Floss sugar is the special sugar they use in cotton candy machines, so this is the sugar that gives it the special color and taste.
Just add vanilla and water, and you're in the pink.
So once you've incorporated all the sugar, chilled it down, the frosting gets the proper consistency to put on top of the pancakes.
Batter up. A secret blend of ingredients that take Jason back to his earliest days of cooking.
I think pancakes are just the overall big-time comfort food. Makes you happy, makes you smile in the morning. Definitely reminds me of my childhood and making pancakes with my mom.
He lays out 6 small flapjacks. Why not 3 big ones like most places?
It gives some nice height, kind of like a birthday cake would.
Gotcha! The dish may be simple, but it's layered.
The next step is we take our rainbow sprinkles and we incorporate them right into the pancake. Rainbow sprinkles are my favorite growing up as a kid. Not chocolate, you have to go with the rainbow sprinkles.
Before long, these flappers are flipped and then stacked.
I love the buttery, silky smell in the air. Now we're gonna finish it off. I take the frosting, pour it all over the tops, drips over the edges, and of course, more sprinkles, and a big boy lighter. Don't try this at home. Big Daddy's birthday cake pancake. It's a birthday party on a plate.
pancakes and sprinkles just feels like two really great things coming together to make one thing that's even more beautiful.
Delicious. It's definitely like a birthday cake, but in pancake form.
The rainbow sprinkles have exploded in the pancakes, just making such a vibrant flavor and color.
It's got this like cotton candy flavor that just keeps running through the pancakes, that it just takes all of those favorite childhood memories and really brings it all into one dish.
It's a great stuff to grab and go. They're super quick, super quick. It makes me feel like a little kid when I take a bite of this. It really does.
Big Daddies will also take you back to your days at summer camp via a straw with their s'mores milkshake.
Grew up probably having s'mores when you were younger. And the last time you had it was probably 20 years ago. So you walk in like, s'mores, I gotta have a s'mores milkshake. That sounds crazy. You do, and you love it, and everyone's happy.
Jason sets up camp with whole milk and 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. But wait, there's some more.
Nice handful of marshmallows in there. Thickens it up a little bit, and every little sip you get a taste of marshmallow.
He also adds chocolate shavings and graham cracker crumbs before pressing on. While that shake rattles and rolls, the glass is coated with frosting and more sweet crumbled crackers.
We start with the chocolate sauce, give it a little squirt inside. Next, we place our s'mores shake in.
Along with plenty of whipped cream and marshmallows.
Lightly toast the marshmallows, which is the best part of the s'mores, I think.
They're toasted but stay puffed enough to support a crown of graham cracker crumbs and chocolate shavings. Let's sip into something comfortable.
Big Daddy's milkshakes will have you coming back for s'more.
Their milkshakes are insane. Like the way that they pile on all the toppings on top, it's so good.
It tastes like a s'more, like legitimately. My day has been automatically been made better.
And it comes quick, and I love how the marshmallow is just golden brown on top.
Oh my God, it really is good. It was actually getting better every time I took a sip because the graham cracker shavings and the chocolate shavings were falling into the shake.
How can you not like a milkshake, and how can you not like s'mores? And you put those two together, and it's amazing.
The grub at Big Daddy's will have you on the go on a sweet trip down memory lane.
A&R, if it's Preston, can I take your order?
Grabbing good food on the go in a place like Memphis, Tennessee quite often means queuing up for the sumptuous smokiness at A&R Barbecue.
Have you ever eaten at A&R? You don't even know what you're getting yourself into.
He's about to get himself into a Grind City tradition courtesy of the Pollard family, Andrew and Rose, who put the A&R in the name.
Every barbecue place in Memphis think they're the best. I say that. And we think ours is the best.
We know ours is the best. Our food comes out quick, but we make sure that it's like A&R is supposed to taste.
That signature taste is front and center in something you can't get most places in Memphis, the Hot Link Sandwich.
Hot Link is a sausage, kind of spicy, and I fell in love with them the first time I tried it because they're full of flavor.
That flavor comes from Brian's own blend of spices, including rosemary, thyme, and the wisest herb of all.
This is the sage, not a hot link without sage.
With the seasoning ready, Brian cubes a boneless pork shoulder.
Perfect blend of lean and fat. Too much fat wouldn't be good, and too much lean wouldn't be good.
Making them by hand is also just right.
Maybe 3 barbecue restaurants in Memphis that has hot links, and I think they order them out of California. I'm the only restaurant making my own hot links in Memphis.
He carefully covers the pork with his signature spices, passes the meat through a grinder, and then Brian cases all the sausages himself. The final link in the chain, the unusual way A&R cooks their barbecue, over direct heat.
The direct heat gives you that backyard barbecue taste like you're cooking it yourself at home. The fire is on the bottom.
The sausage requires even more specialized care.
We're gonna put it on this middle rack so it won't get too hot, and we're gonna cook it for about 30 minutes.
Just a half hour from start to flavorful finish.
Perfect, just awesome flavor.
Oh yeah, so let's hurry that puppy up.
We're gonna garnish it with some barbecue sauce and finish it off with some awesome coleslaw. We make it slow so you can eat it fast.
This right. This how you do that.
Wow, that is good. This is hot, but it's not too hot. It's just right. As you chew, you can continue to taste the smokiness of it, which is what I like also. The coleslaw is just to die for.
This slaw has always been one of my favorites. So anything that has anything to do with that slaw, it's gonna be on point. With the sauce, drip. It's on point.
The barbecue sauce is sweet, it's a little spicy, but it's truly amazing.
I was gonna take this with me to go. I couldn't even wait. Probably order me another one.
Go ahead. They'll get it to you fast and full of flavor.
If the good Lord made anything any better, he kept it for himself.
Sorry to dine and dash, but that's the whole appeal of great grub on the go. Outside Charleston, the freshest finds are anything but shrimpy.
The shrimp probably got off the boat at noon and hit my plate about 7.
Filet mignon meets Maine lobster in a sandwich stuffed with decadence.
I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to eat this thing. It's huge.
It's like a lot of lobster meat on there.
From chowder-smothered French fries to savory seafood cheesecake, these dishes redefine fresh take.
It is freaking delicious.
Screams, just so many different flavors. I love it.
It's almost like it came right off the boat.
Are you tasting this? Oh my gosh.
Food Paradise reminds you, when you see food, eat food. For the freshest seafood in the friendliest environment, there's no country like the Low Country. And you're in good hands on the Isle of Palms, just off the coast of South Carolina.
There's a flavor in the air. You can smell it, you can taste it.
The seafood in South Carolina is the best, in our opinion, not that we're biased or anything.
That pinnacle of piscatory pleasure lives at Acme Low Country Kitchen.
We get multiple fish deliveries each day.
Acme has not one, not two, but 10 different kinds of shrimp and grits. Let's dive deep into the ever-popular barbecue shrimp and grits.
So we have some local fresh shrimp. Just came in today. We're gonna peel and devein some of these shrimp for our barbecue shrimp and grits, and they'll be nice and plump and juicy and sweet, and the best South Carolina shrimp you ever had.
The shrimp are special, and clearly these are not your granny's grits.
We'll do fried grit sticks, kind of similar to like a French toast stick. To start our grit fries, we start with 2 pounds of butter.
The locally milled grits get the usual milk, water, and salt, but when they're done simmering, they get placed in a hotel pan to cool overnight.
What we do is we cut our grit fries, and we cut them in half, and we cut each half into quarters. When the time comes and the order comes in, we'll dredge them in our seafood breader, and then milk, and then back in the seafood breader, and drop them down in the fryer, and cook them until they're golden brown.
Moving on to the smoked Gouda cream sauce.
We're gonna start with a little bit of garlic for our smoked Gouda cream.
Here's a tasty sauce hack, cream cheese.
Using the cream cheese to help thicken it. Then we're gonna add about 16 ounces of heavy cream into here.
Then a little seasoning and the smoked Gouda.
And when people think of barbecue, they think smoke. So why not add a little smokiness from the Gouda into a cheese sauce then?
And the smoke theme continues as we move on to the proteins.
Some already pre-rendered applewood smoked bacon lardones. So once this starts to render and I'm getting a good little flavor in the pan, and then I'm gonna add my shrimp. Just season them up with salt and pepper.
And how do you know when those are ready?
They'll start to curl and they'll make like a C, but the best way is looking for color. So we're looking for the bright orange color and just making sure they're completely cooked throughout.
And it doesn't take long till we're into the down-home stretch.
I'm gonna put my shrimp on top. I'm gonna finish it with the smoked Gouda cream sauce and then our barbecue sauce. A little green onions to garnish it. Barbecue shrimp and grits with a Low Country twist.
The shrimp probably got off the boat at noon and hit my plate about 7, which is about as fresh as you can get in my book.
My favorite part about this dish is the sauteed shrimp mixed with the barbecue sauce and
a hint of the smoked Gouda. It makes me feel like I'm indulging, and it makes me very happy.
I need to learn how to make these grit cakes because they're the best. They're better than regular, normal Southern grits.
The grit cakes, they're lightly fried, so they work really well with the shrimp and the Gouda.
There's nothing like local shrimp.
They call this town Mayberry by the Sea, and it's not hard to see why.
Owl Palms is a small community, less than 5,000 people. We're all tight-knit. I mean, you see everybody when you come here.
For all those friendly feels in one fish dish, try the Low Country Combo Platter, known simply as Southern Hospitality.
When you think of Southern cuisine, you're thinking collard greens, you're thinking pimento cheese, you're thinking fried shrimp. So we decided to put it all together in one dish, make it easy for everybody.
Down here, collard greens are like a member of the family.
Every Southern family has their own collard greens, and theirs are the best. So we have our style of your traditional collard greens.
Next, traditional format grits meet the official schmear of the South, pimento cheese. Acme's version has a distinct tang.
We do use a little bit of pickle juice and some other spices to season it up. So all we're gonna do is mix in the pimento cheese and the hot grits, and we're gonna incorporate them real well.
It's start time for 10 local shrimp. They get dredged in the same batter as the grit sticks.
So we'll cook those for about 2 to 3 minutes so they're nice and golden brown, and they'll be ready to plate.
Grits, meat bowl. Greens, meat grits.
And then we just put our shrimp around.
Say howdy to Southern hospitality, y'all.
My favorite thing is definitely the grits. They're just so good every time.
I'd have to say the pimento cheese grits and the shrimp together are perfect.
Yeah, the grits are wonderful. But the greens, the collards, makes me feel very Southern.
Can't get any more Southern than this.
Seafood-seeking visitors to the Charleston area know Acme Low Country Kitchen is tops.
You'll never leave hungry.
Shrimp and alligator sausage give this savory cheesecake some real bite.
The flavor combinations are just absolutely amazing.
Where do seafood cravings of the decadent variety go to get satisfied? Baton Rouge, Louisiana for one. Big flavors and big smiles can be found between the bayou and the byway at Route 61.
I feel like I'm getting an authentic, home-cooked meal from Louisiana.
That's because native son Jason Lees thinks his home state is pretty darn special.
We use a lot of unique spices, a lot of different breadings. Fresh fish, always fresh, never frozen. We live 60 miles from the Gulf. It's very important that we do it right.
For Jason, that means honoring family tradition.
What I've learned from my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents. It's important for me to serve traditional Cajun and Creole dishes, but it's also important to put a little twist on it to make us a little different from everybody else.
Different as in shrimp and alligator cheesecake?
The shrimp and alligator cheesecake is a savory cheesecake. People are very confused about it when they order it because they're thinking sweet, but they eat it, they fall in love with it.
The first ingredients actually are sweet slightly. It's a medley of peppers and onions.
We want to get them to where they don't have too much moisture in it because it will make the cheesecake imbalanced.
So, let's stabilize it some more with fresh Gulf shrimp and artisan alligator sausage.
The sausage really complements this cheesecake by sending it to the next level of savory. Smelling delicious.
That savory situation heats up with a blast of Cajun seasoning.
The Cajun combination is salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika, basil, oregano, and thyme.
The cold seafood is folded into a blend of eggs, cream cheese, and smoky Gouda.
I don't know who said no cheese with seafood, but they're crazy.
The crust also strays from the same old, same old.
Traditionally, a cheesecake comes with a graham cracker crust. We use panko breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. So we're looking for a savory crust with a little crunch.
He marries the mixture with the crust, then sends the cake on a 2-hour bake. After a 24-hour cool down, Jason gets to slicing.
Now that's a cheesecake.
And building a sauce with butter, garlic, tomatoes, and Creole mustard, plus a touch of luxury.
This is our lobster cream, so it's infused with a lobster base. Very delicious, very rich.
Put it all together and approach the pearly gates of flavor.
Come get a little slice of Creole heaven.
It's cheesecake, but it doesn't taste anything like what I was expecting. The alligator sausage, I've never had it before, but just the flavor combinations are just absolutely amazing.
It screams, just so many different flavors. I love it.
Wow. The Creole cream sauce is unbelievable. And the shrimp are perfectly cooked. It's so savory. The creaminess of the cream cheese with the breadcrumbs, it's just the most amazing bite I've ever taken.
We started with dessert turned starter. How about a side turned entree? The seafood potato.
People are just blown away at the size of it because it is a big plate of food.
Jason returns to the Cajun basics: butter, onions, Gulf shrimp, and crawfish tails.
They're in pretty much every body of water in Louisiana. They're very delicious. They're like little baby lobsters.
Fresh garlic and a shower of spices are tamed by white wine. Then,
we're gonna add our Louisiana Gulf oysters. So these are fresh, shoved on site. We're gonna put them in, lastly, to prevent them from overcooking.
not totally last, 'cause here comes a bit more of that lobster-infused cream. No mortal potato could hold all this serious seafood. A little snip and a smoosh, and all hail Super Spud.
We'll start with our Gulf shrimp. Lay those right over the top. And then we'll take all that other beautiful seafood that we just cooked and put it right over the top. Oh, yeah.
If you think that's it, be very glad you're wrong.
One more crucial element, my favorite, lump crab meat. Comes from our Louisiana blue crabs. It's the most succulent meat that you'll ever put in your mouth. Now, this is what you call a super seafood stuffed potato.
I don't know how it could be any more stuff.
It looks amazing. The crab meat's very fresh. It's a lump crab meat. It's a crawfish cream sauce, which I absolutely love. These are all my favorite foods in one.
The way the crawfish is prepared here is sauteed, seasoned to perfection, great flavor, something to sit down and enjoy, take your time.
It is just a perfect blend and balance all the way around. Delicious.
The Cajun seafood stylings at Rue 61 are so sumptuous, we understand if you just can't stop yourself.
Seafood, eat food.
These Long Island seafood stacks are reinventing sandwiches.
As soon as you put it in your mouth, it melts.
Then beat the poutine routine with these superb Seattle chowder fries.
It's every guilty pleasure just like in one dish.
Tasty treasures from the deep just seem to taste better out on the island. Specifically, Long Island. Here, mere miles from the concrete canyons of Manhattan, your fish wishes come true at the Rex Burger and Lobster.
Rex means king, king of seafood. We thought it was perfect.
They bring seafood fit for a king to their neighborhood sandwich joint.
Wow. I love the food because it's so fresh. I love the energy when I walk in because I feel like there's a lot of love that goes into the food here.
We love food, so we thought, what are the best sandwiches that we can possibly have? Chef Charlie is an amazing chef and came up with the most delicious sandwiches.
The seafood sandwiches at the Rex totally rule. For a royal example, bow down to the surf and turf sandwich.
It's kind of this staple that came about, surf and turf. People were just like starting to get crazy and said, I want lobster added to a steak sandwich. It came out of demand from our customer, basically.
The lobster is caught fresh every day and brought in fresh every night, straight from Maine.
We use everything. We use tail, knuckle, claw. We're using the best lobster that you can get. The same lobster as the best restaurants in Manhattan.
Après surf, Charlie turns to the turf. Don't let the burger format fool you. That's filet mignon.
We wanted to keep it whole. It's center cut filet. It's black Angus. Just wanted the quality of the beef to speak for itself.
Simple salt and pepper pumps up the flavor.
Then we're gonna sear it off, 2 minutes aside. Nice mid-rare.
And so totally tender, you can bite through it like butter. Speaking of which,
the lobster's cooked already, so we're just gonna butter poach it, if you will.
A house-made classic cheese sauce gives the surf and turf a little Philly cheesesteak flair. Combined with Maine lobster and Long Island luxury, it's
the perfect blend of New England and New York.
I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to eat this thing. It's huge.
This is amazing.
The flavor is very rich. It's very good. Very tender, very juicy, perfect.
The lobster tastes like it was just caught this morning. And then you have the cheese that melts into the delicious steak.
And the lobster's not just like an after idea. It's like a lot of lobster meat on there. A ton of lobster. I'm telling you, a multitude of cravings right here.
The tender filet mignon with that sweet, delicious lobster, that combination is perfect. It just blows my mind.
Next, Rex elevates a fast food comfort classic, the filet of fish.
We want it to be simple, but we also want it to be delicious.
His batter begins by adding cornstarch to flour.
That's what gives it its crispiness.
He spices that up with garlic, sage, onion, and paprika.
Not smoked, sweetness rather than a pungent smokiness. A little bit of white pepper, some kosher salt. White pepper is definitely a different type of heat than black pepper.
Finally, he adds some effervescence.
The cold, sparkling water makes it a little bit lighter and also incorporates air into it.
With his batter all blended, Charlie gets a fresh catch from a fine kettle of fish.
This is hake. It's a flaky white fish, kind of along the same lines of a cod.
From boat to batter to basket, the fish fries its way into golden flaky perfection. A slice of cheese gets melty on top, while a toasty bun gets topped with house-made tartar sauce.
It just gives it more of an acidic pop that cuts through the crispiness of the fish.
The Rex version of the classic combo. If it ain't broke.
Tartar sauce, fish, fried, crispy, American cheese, that's it. Fresh caught and golden fried.
Look at the size of that thing. You actually see fish. Big chunks of fresh fish.
You get that crunch right away, and then you get the filet that's so fresh, and the tartar sauce. It's so good, so good.
The fry is very, very light. You really just taste the fish. And as soon as you put it in your mouth, it melts.
The fish is fresh, it's tender, it's juicy, it's succulent. It is the freshest filet I think I've ever had.
Fresh fish. How often do you get fresh fish in a filet of fish sandwich? I mean, never heard of it. This thing's amazing.
With regal seafood and a relaxed atmosphere, the Rex Burger and Lobster has everything you need.
No, not everything I need, but mostly everything I need.
There's probably more seafood than people in Seattle. And just a salmon toss away from Puget Sound, all-water seafood and oyster bar is peeking through the clouds.
The food is high-end, but the atmosphere is really casual. You can always count on a hearty portion.
That winning combination is the secret behind the success of the hottest chef in town, Benjamin Clausen.
Seattle's not really a pretentious food town, but it's a very high-level food town. You can go into pretty much any restaurant in jeans and t-shirt and get a baller meal.
Chef Ben's creative approach keeps the food in all water firing on all cylinders.
We all eat with our eyes, so, you know, if it looks beautiful, it's already good. And then when you back that up with great flavor, that's where you hit home runs with your guests.
Like this app with a serious slap, chowder fries.
It's kind of your different take on maybe a poutine. But here it's a New England style chowder poured right over your fries, and it is freaking delicious.
The flavor journey begins with butter, veggies, and garlic over an intentionally low heat.
We're gonna slowly sweat our vegetables so they don't get any color, but they soften, takes that bite out of the onions and that crunch out of the celery. And then the garlic becomes more sweet rather than spicy.
Flour goes in to make a roux, then Chef Ben adds the moo factor.
We're gonna start with heavy cream, milk and cream. I found that if you use just heavy cream and not cut it down a little bit, it's a little over the top rich.
Richness is also cut by a combo of clam juice and fennel broth. Well, that's different.
It is not the same as New England clam chowder. We call it a Pacific Northwest chowder because it highlights our regional ingredients here in the Pacific Northwest.
Like his choice of spuds.
These are raw Yukon Gold potatoes. They hold up when they're cooked a lot better than a russet. They want that structure of the potato and have it be a bite when you're eating it.
The potatoes are joined by chopped clams, lump crab meat, and a pair of fresh locals, king salmon and wild halibut.
This is where we really highlight the indigenous fish of our region.
A seasoning and a simmering, then a twist of pucker power.
Lemon pairs so well with seafood, it really just brightens the whole richness of that dish.
Those russets re-emerge crisply fried and neatly stacked. And if it's gonna rain in Seattle, might as well be raining chowder.
All Waters chowder fries, the best in the Northwest.
Oh my God. What?
Wow. Oh my God.
Good?
It's really good, yeah. Super crunchy, but also like soft and savory too.
It's every guilty pleasure just like in one dish.
It's hearty and warm and feels like you're at home for the holidays type thing.
It's creamy, it's rich, well seasoned.
Big guys like snacks like this. It's almost like there's a science to this. It couldn't really fail. Yeah.
All Water also does seafood with a French accent. And it's all about that bouillabaisse. First, Chef Ben sears more king salmon.
We're gonna add a couple tabs of butter to our hot pan. We're gonna hit it with a little lemon. It's like heaven in the ocean.
He also blends veggies with diced fish, mussels, and clams. Then preserved lemon, which is
whole lemons packed in a salt, sugar, and spice mixture for about 2 months. And it's just really beautiful, unique lemon flavor.
More taste complexity comes from vermouth and a stock made from saffron, tomatoes, and shrimp.
That's where a ton of flavor in this dish comes from. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our oregano, thyme, and chive mixture.
The only thing you need now is a bowl, that seared salmon, and some bread. Oui?
All Waters bouillabaisse, the best of Seattle seafood, all in one dish.
This bouillabaisse broth is actually quite rich. You can taste the sweetness, you can taste the butter.
I don't know what I like more, the broth or the seafood.
The salmon is very soft, tender, but crispy on the outside.
Whether it's the salmon or the mussels or the clam or the bread or the shrimp, it's the sauce that makes it unique and great.
I travel a lot, and this is what I like to come back to, this taste that feels like home to me.
Thanks to All Water, there's no reason to go seafoodless in Seattle.
To seafood in Seattle.
In Massachusetts, lobster and mac and cheese are like the dynamic duo of comfort seafood.
Real cheesy, real creamy. And look at this lobster. Holy moly.
And supersized nachos have a hold on the Florida Panhandle.
Oh my goodness! It's huge!
If you're in Boston, you're eating seafood. But 30 miles away in Tingsboro, that same seafood reaches new levels of decadence at Mr. Mac's.
I love coming here because I love getting seafood in my mac and cheese.
It's like a big hug. It's great comfort food.
The man serving up the hugs is owner Harry Chima.
New Englanders love seafood, and so we go through over 100 pounds of lobster a week and a ton of shrimp as well. People absolutely go crazy over it.
These crustacean creations are the handiwork of Harry's mac and cheese rainmaker, Mark Murphy.
We do macaroni and cheese over 20 different varieties, or whatever your imagination is, we're touching upon it. But when you get this cast iron skillet with bubbly mac and cheese, it just really warms the stomach and soul.
Make way for the most sumptuous skillet in New England, Mr. Mac's Lobster Mac.
Our lobster mac and cheese is to die for. We've got people coming from New York, Rhode Island, Oklahoma, because we take it to the next level.
At that level, not just any lobster will do.
We really don't like using the tail. You get a little tough when it starts baking in our mac and cheeses. The claws and the knuckle meat, it's really tender, it's really sweet. So good.
But before we can crack into the lobster, Mark has to build the bechamel sauce by whisking a blonde roux into scalding milk until it thickens just so.
We're gonna test the consistency of it. It's called nappe, and it means to hold the line, so we shouldn't be seeing any of the bechamel come down and fill that line. Delicious.
That tasty sauce gets ladled over al dente macaroni.
It's elbow with ridges. We like the ridges. It really holds the sauce to the noodle.
And what kind of cheese are we adding to that mac?
We got our sharp cheddar. Cheddar makes everything better. And then we're gonna add some baby Swiss too. They blend together very well, so when they start melting, you get that creamy texture.
He balances that with some pecorino romano.
It adds that saltiness to the mac and cheese. It's gonna really help blend everything together. It's gonna get those taste buds dancing.
And that's when our shellfish sachets into the mix.
You really get a great smell coming off of it as the cheese starts melting with the bechamel. It smells fantastic. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, we're just trying to make it a little bit better. And once everything's blended together, we're gonna put it in our cast iron skillet.
The whole bowl?
We really fill it to the brim, get all that lobster in there.
Extra cheddar and buttery breadcrumbs dust the top, and then it's into the oven. 15 minutes about right?
Ugh, looks delicious.
Seeing is believing. Tasting is even better.
Lobster mac, it's wicked cheesy.
So good. Real cheesy, real creamy, really good. And look at this lobster. Holy moly, there's so much of it. Look. Yeah.
God,
It's so good.
you can taste all the butter from the lobster and the cheese, and it's gooey, and the pasta adds some great bite to it. This is just melt in your mouth good.
The texture of the lobster is different than our usual steamed lobsters we have around in New England. It's baked, so it's a little crispier. It's like cherry on top. It's so good.
Two greatest ingredients in the world, mac and cheese and lobster, and you get them in the same dish. Match made in heaven.
If you're craving garlic, order up the Shrimp Scampi Mac. This one's a two-sauce mac that begins with the bechamel, but it wouldn't be scampi without that familiar scampi taste. So Mark builds sauce number 2 with olive oil, fresh garlic, and lemon.
It's important to have that garlic in there. And then we add vinegar in there to cut through the cheese.
By cheese, he means provolone, shredded mozz, and Parmesan. Then it's ding ding, calling all shrimp. And I do mean all.
You do not want to skimp on the shrimp. And here, Mr. Max, we're gonna throw in some broccoli. Nice, beautiful green color. You know, it's always important to get a little vegetables in your diet every day.
That garlicky scampi sauce goes in, then it's the mix, the skillet, and the toppings. A little quiet time in the oven, and that scampi is screaming your name.
Shrimp scampi mac and cheese? Yes, please.
Ah, yeah. It smells amazing.
I would have never thought to put shrimp and mac and cheese together. Fresh garlic and Parmesan is amazing. Definitely to the next level.
It's creamy, it's got a little tiny bit of an edge to it. Perfect.
The shrimp is what stands out the most. It absolutely melted in my mouth. It's almost like it came right off the boat.
They definitely do not skimp on the shrimp yet. The cheese is so creamy, and how they make all the sauces connect, it's amazing. Amazing.
There's just no question that the Mac Daddy of New England seafood is Mr. Max.
Mr. Max is wicked awesome.
Searching for the softest sand, clearest water, and freshest seafood in North Florida? Destin is your destination. It's the crown jewel of the Emerald Coast.
You got the white sand, it's super amazing. It goes right between your toes, it's so soft.
Beautiful people, beautiful town, great food.
Exceptional seafood is the rule when the ocean is right outside your back door. It's brought generations of sunseekers here to the back porch.
The back porch opened up in 1974 as just a little shack on the beach. Over the years, we've added to it 5 times to accommodate all the guests.
I've been coming here since I was a little girl, and there's just so much yummy, fresh seafood.
The back porch is famous for putting one fish in particular on the map, amberjack.
It's buttery, flaky goodness, it's fluffy.
Amberjack is seafood crack.
Let's get all amberjacked up on their sea monstrous seafood nachos.
Here on the Gulf Coast, we're the first to serve char-grilled amberjack. And this is what you call fresh. Get these things swimming in butter, straight out of that seawater.
Those AJ chunks are joined by equally fresh Gulf shrimp and bay scallops for a quick saute.
Wouldn't be a nacho if it didn't have some Southwest flavors, right?
That means peppers, onions, and Southwest spices like cumin and chili powder.
Salt to taste. Now we got to mix it all up. Here we go. Musical pans. And we're gonna add this. Get it nice and mixed up. Gotta check it out. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Let's plate her up.
We've got our bed of freshly fried corn tortilla chips, cooked in-house.
That's one order? It's humongous.
Everybody gets nachos.
Anthony's also not shy with the cheese.
That's too much cheese, said no one ever.
After a quick melt, he tarts them up with diced tomatoes, black olives, and sliced jalapenos. I think we're gonna need a spotter over here.
These seafood nachos are huge.
Oh my goodness! It's huge! That's delicious. I just got a chip covered in cheese, amberjack, scallops. It's perfect.
There's a great kick to this dish. It's not too hot, it's not too spicy, it's just right. The chips are still crunchy, not soggy like a lot of places.
The cheese, oh, so yum.
Are you tasting this? Oh my gosh.
There's a dolphin. Oh my God.
The sumptuous seafood at Back Porch transports you to new realms of dining pleasure. I believe there's a name for this feeling.
This is food paradise.
Mexican flavors make their way up to Houston for this succulent take on a seafood salsa.
What's really good is when you just put your face in it and just breathe it in.
Just a short swim up the Gulf to Houston, there's a spot where Texans gather for seafood, and it is good.
If somebody comes to Houston, if they've only got time for one meal, I would bring them here. It's all good.
As in good company seafood.
Good times leads to great food. Recipes that we've been cooking for many generations in our family.
Our one redfish, 3 cappuccinos. Let's get it.
Levi Good runs the place his dad started in an old train car with seafood that's as local as it gets.
From Mexico through the southern and upper Texas Gulf Coast and on over to Louisiana.
He sets it off with a seafood cocktail known as Campechana de Mariscos. Like most good things in Texas, it begins with a little heat.
We've got our Anaheim chilies that we're going to put on our wood-fired mesquite grill and get these things toasted.
But he's not bucking for too much of a burn.
It's this nice blackened toastiness. This allows that skin to release from the flesh of the Anaheim, as well as getting the nice mesquite smoke flavor.
He gets them skinned, then de-seeded, then sliced, and it's on to some fresh herbs.
Fresh cilantro as well as fresh oregano. It's a really nice brightness to the overall flavor profiles of our Campechana de Mariscos.
Getting back to that heat index,
fresh serrano peppers. Add a little Yucatan Mexican spiciness to our Campechana.
This takes Levi back to his roots.
My grandmother was a Mexican immigrant. A lot of our style of cooking and inspiration started in her kitchen.
Diced white onion and Roma tomato form a garden-fresh pico de gallo.
So I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of this lime juice in here, sea salt, fine chopped Spanish Queen olives. Kind of gives it that Veracruz influence in this dish.
Here comes more bold flavor from fresh garlic, fire-roasted Anaheim chilies, tomato sauce, and olive oil. Then some hair of the dogfish.
A little bit of Bloody Mary on a Saturday morning. We're gonna go ahead and mix it and get them married together.
And now for that big bold taste from the briny deep.
Wild-caught shrimp.
Along with a little green lusciousness.
Add nice creamy avocado to all these great fresh ingredients. Now we're gonna add our lump crab meat. So you wanna be very gentle when you're adding the crab meat and folding it into the Campechana. It has to not break up the jumbo lump pieces.
Give us the prognosis, Chef.
We're looking great. And when you have this, it's like having dessert first. It's a real treat. That's why we put it in a sundae glass.
And get this crispy, fun seafood delivery system.
And we'll garnish this plate with some fresh fried tortilla chips that we make in-house as well. For a true taste of the Gulf Coast, you gotta try our Campechana de Mariscos.
Let me show you how to do this.
Right on point.
Nice Gulf Coast shrimp, crab, some jalapenos, some pico de gallo. Perfect combination of flavors.
The sauce is good, and I like the avocados.
What's really good is when you just put your face in it and just breathe it in. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
This capuchana is pretty delicious. I think it summarizes Texas.
I don't think I'm going to share this with you.
Your seafood cravings are in good hands at Good Company Seafood.
Thank your lucky stars. You're in Texas.
Belly up to this oyster bar in Rhode Island, where the shellfish come right out of the water. Literally.
Really tasty and like over the top, buttery and delicious.
Seafood feasting is a way of life in the town of Matunic, Rhode Island. And here on the water's edge, you'll find the freshest possible catch daily at the Matunic Oyster Bar.
The view here is breathtaking. Literally, if you're here at the right time in the afternoon, you'll see them come right off the farm.
She means the oyster farm. O-Bar owner Perry Rosso not only owns that farm, but he tends to it daily.
The oyster farm is a 7-acre wading depth farm. We have rows of oysters just like rows of corn. We got 16 million oysters out there at any given time.
This saltwater pond is fed by the nearby Atlantic, creating optimum oyster grounds unusually close to the shore. It's a perfect storm of freshness and flavor.
So oysters are like wine. Depending on where they're grown, how they're grown, it impacts their flavor, their texture. So people, even if they don't know we grow our own oysters, they can taste the difference.
Once he fires up the kitchen, Chef Jeff makes oysters 6 ways from Sunday. But it's the 3 most popular that are featured in the Oyster Trio.
You have 3 different styles of uniquely cooked oysters. And they're totally different, but they all have delicate flavors, and there's a lot of depth to each one.
To reach the heights of that depth, each member of the trio plays a variation on a sauce built of butter. The first movement is synonymous with richness. Oysters Rockefeller.
We're gonna start with some unsalted butter in a hot pan. We're gonna add our shallots. We're just gonna let them soften up a little bit. We're gonna season it with a little bit of salt and pepper.
Jeff adds absinthe, a New Orleans favorite, where Oysters Rockefeller was invented.
It has that anisey flavor, like a licorice, like a black licorice.
Then it's heavy cream.
I'm gonna add some fresh tarragon. It's got a little bit of a peppery bite to it, so the two go together really well. We're gonna reduce it. When it cools, it gets thick. Next thing we're gonna add is a little bit of grated cheese. That just helps thicken it up.
Jeff's symphony continues with grilled oysters. They get a savory sauce of butter, shallots, and garlic. He adds parsley and seasoning, but not so much.
It smells really garlicky, really buttery, and that's really the 2 flavors that we're looking for.
That sauce needs to chill, so Jeff moves on to the finale, New Orleans bourbon butter. It's fortified with a secret spice blend and a hefty shot of whiskey.
Okay, we're gonna combine these ingredients in the food processor. The bourbon butter is intense, big pronounced flavors. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of butter.
Holy arteries, oyster man. But when in Matunic,
and this is our bourbon butter.
Fresh shucked oysters are topped with the garlic butter, the bourbon butter, and the Rockefeller Rock Show. Spinach, cream sauce, and cracker crumbs.
To start with the grilled oyster, you want to find the hottest part of your grill.
The others go into the oven for a quick bake, and the only thing to say is, ah, shucks.
The Oyster Trio, only from the Matunic Oyster Bar.
Oh, that's good.
It's very different from a raw oyster. It has a lot of like cream and savory, so it's really tasty and like over the top, buttery and delicious.
So now I'm going for the grilled oyster. So good. But at first taste is like really the oyster, and it's like really the bourbon and the butter and the sugar. It's decadent, it's rich, it's kind of cheesy, and the breadcrumbs add that crispiness to it. Oh my God, it's so good.
Heaven on your fork.
Those decadent oysters are a mere prelude to the ultimate seafood symphony, stuffed lobster.
It's a little bit of a splurge item. Not everybody can get lobsters depending on where they are in the country.
The process begins with some familiar stuffing.
This is exactly like a Thanksgiving stuffing that you would use in your turkey.
Then, Jeff adds fresh caught cod and salmon, binding it all with cracker crumbs. And while that cools,
we're gonna sear a couple of scallops and some shrimp.
Just a quick sear before it goes inside the lobster shell, along with claw and knuckle meat. Then plenty of that seafood stuffing.
So I've been cooking for about 20 years, and I think this is probably my 10,000th lobster, but I don't get tired of it.
Don't ever quit, Jeff. Lobster lovers need ya.
There you go, our Matunic Oyster Bar stuffed lobster. Come and get it.
The stuffing is perfect. There's an actual giant shrimp that's in the middle of my lobster right now. This stuffing is out of this world.
Look at the shrimp, they're huge in here. The shrimp are my favorite, they're amazing.
You've got the claws in there, along with the tail meat, and it looks like I've got some whole scallops in here. So you're getting a whole medley of the ocean right in one lobster.
The scallops in here are amazing, tender, not too crispy.
What I can taste the most is the lobster coming in full throttle. It's exquisite.
The lobster melts in your mouth. Can't beat it.
When you've got the munchies in Matunic, eat where the locals eat. They know what's up, and here's why.
We're on a seafood diet.
It's time to drop the anchor and fold the nets until we nab tomorrow's catch of the day.